Hi, this is Coach Smith. We are out here with the DIY guys here. Want to go through a dynamic warm-up movement exercises that we'll be sending out to our athletes and coaches and parents. So I'll let these guys real quick introduce themselves, and then I'll start in on the introduction.
Hi guys, I'm Sam Shockley. I'm going to be a senior on the football team.
Hi, I'm JD Sherrod. I'm going to be a sophomore on the football team.
Hi, I'm Austin May. I'll be a senior on the football team.
Jack Long, upcoming freshman.
So again, a lot of these athletes I've worked with in the past in class. They've been taught these exercises, so they're familiar with the exercises. One thing that we're going to talk about on the start here, I have all of our athletes put their hand in the line on the start of each exercise. Okay, and the reason for that is one, just discipline and organization and structure, but number two, it teaches them how to bend properly. Okay, and when they put their hand down on the ground, they have to bend at the ankles, bend at the knees, bend at the waist. Okay, and that's important in pretty much every sport, all sports. All right. First thing you need to do before you start this exercise, before you start this warm-up, is you need to set up your stations. Okay, what we have set up here today is cones at the goal line, cones set up at the 10, we have cones set up at the 20. Okay, so traditionally what we do is we try to combo exercises where we do the first exercise goes from 0 to 10, the second exercise goes from 10 to 20. %, acceleration, hand down, set, go. Doing good mechanics, opposite arm, opposite leg, stay tall, good. We'll do it again. Working on good mechanics here. Sit, go. All right, second, we're gonna go to the quad, knee hug, quad reach. Knee hug, quad reach. Go. Knee hug. Grab the knee, pull to the chest. Stay upright, stay tall. Take your time. Make sure you get full range of motion. Good. The second exercise is going to be a quad reach. Make sure you grab the back foot, reach to the sky with the opposite arm. Give me a toe raise at the top. Alternate right and left, 5 each. Reach for the sky. Grab the foot, pull the heel to the butt. Reach to the sky. Give me a toe raise with that opposite foot that's on the ground. Doing a good job here. Some common mistakes in this exercise is leaning forward. Remember, we want to stay upright on these first two exercises. On the knee hug and the quad reach, we want to keep an upright position and a posture. We're going to do a forward skip with arm circles. Okay, on this exercise, just trying to kind of speed up, get some rhythm on our skips, as well as arms come forward, making big circles. All right, hand in the ground, sit, go. Forward skip, halfway, get the arm circle in. Arm circle, good, big circles, big circles. Good job. Next is going to be a 50% acceleration. Again, we're working on good mechanics. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Stand tall. Here we go. Sit. Go. Good job. The next sequence is going to be ankle cradle with froggy skips. Ankle cradle with froggy skips. Set, go. Make sure you grab the bottom of the foot, the bottom of the knee, pull to the chest. Grab the bottom of the foot, bottom of the knee, pull to the chest. Grab the knee too. Grab underneath the knee. Grab underneath the knee. Grab underneath and pull to the chest. Grab underneath the knee, pull to the chest. Go ahead and scoop up underneath. Go ahead and scoop up underneath, Sam. Up underneath. And just keep going. Do the full length on this one. Just do cradle. We'll come back to the skips. Good. Now what we're looking for here on the ankle cradle is we want to go ahead and put the hand underneath the knee, grab underneath the foot, right at waist height, and then we're going to pull to the chest. Okay, and then we rotate. The next exercise is going to kind of be the same motion, except it's going to be a skip, and they're going to rotate, internal rotate, and tap the foot on the hand at waist height. But there will be a skip with this exercise. Froggy skips. Let's go the full length there. Full length. Sit. Go. Good, good. Get that rotation. Turn it in. Stay tall. Take your time. Get a rhythm. Good job. Really, on the ankle, on the froggy skips, again, we want to really emphasize hand at waist height, get that rotation in, and touch the foot to the hand. Yeah. All right. We'll go knee hug to lunge. Okay, so we've already done the walking knee hug. What we're going to do now is kind of combo that in with a lunge exercise. So you're going to look at the knee hug, you're going to see the knee hug to lunge, and then opposite arm, opposite leg, straight into a lunge, okay? We want the chest upright, up tall, okay? The back knee, we don't really want it to touch the ground. We want it to be about 1 to 2 inches off the ground. Chest up, drive off the front leg, pull the back leg through into the knee hug. And then opposite arm, opposite leg. Okay, so that'll be the first exercise. Knee hug to lunge. We'll split these up. Knee hug to lunge. Sit, go. Stay tall, reach, opposite arm, opposite leg. Good. No false steps. False steps is when you take extra steps in between. We want to go right into the next exercise, right into the next lunge. Knee hug. Good. Stay tall. Emphasize opposite arm, opposite leg. Try to keep your arms locked and bent at 90 degrees. Locked and bent at 90 degrees. Okay, back hand's going to be right next into the hip pocket. Elbows tight to the body. Front arm straight out in front. So a lot of these exercises that we're going to be teaching, we really want to emphasize good technique, okay? One, just to kind of make sure we're getting full range of motion, we're working the proper muscle groups, and getting these guys ready to do sports or workouts. Understand though, in the actual game, okay, in an actual game, we don't want you running like a robot, okay? And you're going to change directions, your body's going to be in different positions. We don't want you to run like a robot, but in a dynamic warm-up, we want to make sure that we warm up those muscles, okay? Exercise is going to be a lunge instep. A lunge instep, this is more of a mobility exercise so we can loosen up the hips. As you know, we want to have our hips warmed up properly because in most sports, specifically in this case, any change of direction sport that you're in, you want to have your hips loosened up. So we do a lunge to instep. This will be our next exercise. So lunge to instep, lunge to instep. Really get that elbow down in the ground. Same arm, same leg, same arm, same leg on the lunge to instep. Here we go. Sit, go. Coach you as you go. Good. Elbow, inside elbow. Good. Jack, switch elbows. Same arm, same leg. Go inside. Good. Push the hips forward. Take your time. This is a stretch. Good. Elbow down to the ground as much as possible. Good. Good, Jack. Push those hips forward at the bottom. Hips forward at the bottom. Really open up those hips. Good job. Good, good, good. Really emphasize. And then the other thing I want you guys to really focus on is make sure your front foot is flat on the ground. Don't get too far forward on this stretch. Good. Hips forward, chest up. Hips forward, chest up. Good. You guys do 5 right, 5 left, and you can jog it up. All right, so obviously, again, we're kind of going backwards here a little bit, but with this full dynamic warm-up, okay, we are targeting every muscle group. We are making sure the athlete is fully prepared to start competition. The biggest thing is what we preach as coaches, and what I preach as a coach, is start fast. And that's one of the things that we really emphasize. Putting in this dynamic warm-up allows our athletes to start really fast at the start of a game. We are fully warmed up. Whereas in the past, and me personally, I've made this mistake in the past, we've just done a traditional, old, quick dynamic warm-up, and our body hasn't been fully warmed up, and it usually takes, you know, anywhere from a quarter to 2 quarters sometimes to really get your body warmed up. With this dynamic warm-up, you start the first rep of the game fully warmed up at 100%. All right, we're gonna go to the next exercise, is single leg march. Really what we're looking for here is arms kind of stay directly out in front of our chest. The athlete is going to swing the leg up to the fingertips, okay? The key focus here is on the way down. We want to snap that foot down the ground as hard as you can. So we're up nice and easy, but we're down, snapping down, dynamic, explosive snap down on the single leg march. Single leg march. Sit, go. Take your time, up and down. Good. Kick up some dirt. Kick up some dirt. Kick up some grass now. Good. Stay tall, up, nice and easy. Snap that foot down. Good. Really engage those hamstrings. We want to get our hamstrings engaged on the way down here. Make sure those are warmed up. Fire up the engine now. Good. So the next exercise is an inchworm. I'm going to do a quick demonstration. They're going to do 5 reps. They're going to start here, hands in the ground. Okay, they're going to walk their hands out first to push up position. The next thing is they're going to tippy toe up, butt goes into the sky until they really start to engage their hamstrings. All right, try to keep the legs straight, and you're really going to feel this exercise on your back side. All right, then you're going to walk the hands back out, push up position, walk the feet back up. Each rep, try to get those feet up just a little bit closer to the palm of your hand, okay? Walking inchworm, 5 reps. Sit, go. Good. Tippy toe, get that butt to the sky. I want you to peak that butt, pike that butt to the sky. There you go, that's better. Hands out, push up position, tippy toe up. Good, up, 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 yep, legs straight. Good, on that next one, get those legs a little bit closer to straight, locked out. Keep your legs as much as you can, keep those legs locked. Let your butt go up like an elevator. Good. Head goes down in between your arms. Good job, Zach. Next exercise is 60% acceleration. Kind of just get loosened up a little bit more, all right? Acceleration. Sit. Go. Turn it up a little bit. There you go. Good. So the next exercise is a single leg march with a skip. This is a little bit more of an advanced exercise. Again, the way I try to teach our skipping or bouncing exercises, I try to get them a standing bounce and then lead into the exercise. If it's an A skip, if it's a B skip, if it's a single leg march in this example, kind of helps them get that rhythm and teaches them how to get the rhythm and get in coordination, all right? So again, it's the single leg march. We're still focusing on snapping the foot down, engaging that hamstring, but we're also now we're adding in a kind of a skip dynamic to that, all right? You know, on the single leg march, don't feel like you have to, it's not perfect, all right? And sometimes it takes athletes sometimes 2 to 3 times to learn how to do it properly. Sometimes it takes 2 to 3 weeks, okay? Just take your time, learn how to get the rhythm. If you start the exercise off good and you feel great and then you lose it, then just stop, restart your bounce, and then start your exercise. There is no right or wrong way to perform this exercise in regards to just take your time, make sure you're doing it properly. Single leg march with a skip. Ready, sit, bounce, 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 go! Time good, snap it down. Take your time, double bounce in between. Good job, hands out, just keep those hands out right in front. Make it easier for you, keep it just stable. Good, good. So again, this exercise is advanced. It takes time. Again, don't feel like you have to do it all at one time, okay? If you don't get it the first time, then just move on to the next exercise and don't get frustrated, okay? It's also another lesson in learn how to play the next play, what we talk a lot about. Just because you mess up one play doesn't mean you need to let it tag along for 2 or 3 more exercises. Understand this is an advanced exercise, so we're going to learn as we go. Perfect. The next exercise is an A skip. We're going to again start this exercise off with just a kind of a general bounce. Okay, let the athlete get the rhythm, and then we're going to go into what the exercise is called as an A skip. All right. Basically, it's a high knee. Make sure you emphasize opposite arm, opposite leg, knee drive. Okay, and then we just add in that additional dynamic of with the skip makes them a better athlete. All right. So next exercise is A skip. Hand in the ground. Remember, we're going to go ready, hand in the ground. Set is bounce. Sit. Sit. A skip. Go. Take your time. Feel the rhythm. Take your time. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Good. Knee drive, toe up. Pull the knee to the sky. Pull the toe to the sky. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Upright posture. Arms bent and locked at 90 degrees. Good job. There's some talking mechanics into this exercise. Anytime when we run, again, opposite arm, opposite leg, we want our arms bent and locked at 90 degrees. You know, some people say go to the cheek. I like to make sure just that the arm's bent and locked at 90 degrees and the backhand is locked and bent at 90 degrees in the back hip pocket. The other thing I really want our athletes to focus on is knee drive and then pull the toe up. Okay, we don't want to drive, we don't want to point the toe to the ground. Okay, we want to pull the toe up to the sky, knee up to the sky. Okay, and again, those are just teaching cues. Typically what I look for when I'm standing behind the athlete, if I'm standing behind the athlete and they're not driving that knee and that toe to the sky, I'll see the bottom of their foot. Because the toe is pointing down to the ground. We don't want to see the bottom of the foot. We want to pull that toe and knee up. Okay, so as you're coaching or athletes are holding each other accountable, those are kind of some cues that we talk about. Next exercise is going to be a B skip. All right, same motion as an A skip. We're going to get the bounce. We're going to drive the knee up, toe up. Okay, what I'm looking for here is the athlete reaches the foot. For example, let's say it's a hurdle, over the hurdle, and then snap the foot down. Okay, so again, we're overemphasizing knee up, toe up, over the hurdle, snap the foot down. All right. The other thing, when you pull through, we want to bring the heel up to the butt, pull the leg through, and then over and snap down. All right, again, this is an advanced exercise. All right, it takes a lot of rep, a lot of practice. You're not going to get it the first time if you've never done it. Okay, and some guys it takes a little bit longer if they haven't done it in a while. All right, to kind of reintroduce it back into the program. Our next exercise is a B skip. Same thing, same sequence. Ready, set, we're bouncing. Go. Knee up. Good. Take your time. Really feel the double bounce. If you got to take a couple extra bounces in between, that's fine. Good. Stay tall. Stay tall. Good job, JD. That's better. Good, Sam. Knee up. Good. Good job, Dad. The next exercise is a straight leg hamstring walk. Again, we're going to kind of slow it down a little bit. The way I designed this warm-up is we do something dynamic and then we slow it down, making sure we're hitting obviously up tempo, low tempo, flexibility, mobility. We hit a lot of different things. So the next exercise is a straight leg hamstring walk. The athlete's going to stick the front foot out in front, okay? Keep that front leg straight, okay? May require you to bend the back leg as you come down and grab grass and come through. Same thing, alternate, down, grab grass, through. Straight leg hamstring walk. Next exercise is a straight leg hamstring walk. Set, go. Go 5 right, 5 left. Take your time. Good, really grab grass. Keep that bottom, front leg, I should say, straight as possible. Good, chest up, toe points up to the sky. Grab grass, grab grass. Good job, guys. All right, here we go. Next exercise is the airplane walk, really emphasizing getting the targeting the hamstring in this exercise. So what our athletes are going to do is arms straight out to the side, just like an airplane, and you're going to make sure that you stay upright during this whole process. We don't want to bend and break at the belly button. Don't break at the belly button. Make sure you bend and break at the waist. So we're here, and the back foot comes straight back as you come forward, and you're going to single leg balance out in front. okay? Couple things to think about when you're doing this. One, the foot that goes back, keep that toe pointed straight down to the ground. It's gonna wanna open up and turn to the left. For example, here, do not do this. We wanna keep that toe pointed straight to the ground. That way we can really isolate that hamstring, okay? So we're gonna stand tall, up, lean forward till we really feel that hamstring engaged, pull back through, go to the next leg. Next exercise, airplane hamstring walk. 5 right, 5 left. Set, go. Take your time. Really want you to feel the hamstring engage on this exercise. Good. You're gonna lean out just far enough that it requires you to stabilize and not fall over. Good. Good. Keep that foot point toe down to the ground. Good. Chest up, eyes up. That'll help a little bit. Good job. Do a couple more. Good job. Stabilize, core, flexibility. Good job. Jog it out. Before we start this exercise, I want to talk about making sure, when we talk about athletic development, we want to make sure we have a balanced body. Okay, so that can be make sure we train the right leg and the left leg. That can mean that we're going forwards, always training forwards and backwards, or we train right and we train left. Some of these exercises, like for example, our next exercise, we're going to go down facing this direction, but we're going to start moving right. Okay, so we're working this direction. On the way back, you want to make sure you stay facing that direction, so we work left. Okay, we want to be as balanced as possible as an athlete, going right to left, forward and back. Okay, a tall slide. The next exercise is called a tall slide. All right, it's a combination of being down in a good athletic position, okay, knees bent, and we're on our toes. Make sure that when we do this exercise, we stay on our toes the whole time. All right, the next component to this exercise is we're going to add in arm swings, arm circles as we go. Okay, now, if we go to the right, in any movement, in any sport, we go to the right, we want to make sure we lead with the right foot. So on this exercise, when I say go, we're going to stay up on our toes, stay nice and low. Tall slide is with hands up. All right? Tall slide. Set, go. Stay low, stay on the ball of your foot. Arms go above the head. Good job. Next, we're going to stay with this exercise. We're going to do tall slide. What I want to, again, on tall slide, our hands are doing half circles. So we're going to come down to about waist height, back up, and then on the low slide, we'll go down and arms up to waist. Okay, we don't want to do full circles. We're just going to do half. Same thing, tall slide. This time we're going to move to our left. Lead with your left foot. Tall slide. Sit. Go. Good job, good job. Stay low, stay low, stay low on the ball of your foot. Good. Much better. Okay, so next exercise is going to be a low slide. Again, it's going to be a side skip, okay, with just arms low this time. Low slide. Set, go. Arms low, arms low. There you go, good. Stay low, chest up, tall posture. Sink the hips, good. We're gonna do low slide again. Now this time we're gonna go to the left. Here we go. Let's go, guys. Sit, go. Stay low, chest up. Stay low, chest up. Be a good athlete. Good job. All right, we do a combination of a slow CARIOCA and a high knee CARIOCA. I typically like to start our athletes on a slow CARIOCA. It allows them to kind of take one step at a time, make sure they're really emphasizing staying low, okay? Picking that foot up, stepping over the knee, and going down on the opposite side. So we stay down, back, up, over, plant down. Okay, then from that position we speed it up and get a little bit more of a tempo to a high knee CARIOCA, where you pick the knee up and snap it down a little bit more aggressively. Okay, but we go from a slow movement to more of a more dynamic movement. Slow CARIOCA to high knee CARIOCA. Next exercise is slow CARIOCA to high knee CARIOCA. Sit, go, stay low. Pick that knee up, cross it over, really overemphasize. Knee to chest, cross it over the opposite knee. Pick that foot up a little bit higher. Couple quick pointers when we're getting into our movement here. You'll see when we do CARIOCA, some guys they're struggling with the mobility of getting the foot up really high, knee to the chest, and getting over, and that's okay. You're going to see that the first couple sessions, but really what we want to do to really focus in on better mobility. Better mobility decreases the chance for injuries, all right, and obviously increases speed and athleticism, but we really want to focus in on being a better mobility, okay? So we really want to pick that knee up on the slow, cross it over, knee to chest, cross over, and down. Okay, so on this next one, guys, really take your time, really try to get that knee to the chest, cross over, and put it down. Low CARIOCA to high knee CARIOCA, moving left, set, go. Nice and slow, take your time. Overemphasize the knee to the chest, cross over. Much better. On the high knee, I want to see a dynamic. Snap it down, up and snap it down. Good job. All right, our last exercise here is going to be a slide, turn. We're going to obviously face it's a lateral movement, so we're going to face this direction. The couple key things you need to really focus in on here is when you're moving to your right on this exercise, you want to kind of keep your head peeled back to the opposite direction. So if I'm moving to my right, I want to keep my head left. And the reason for that is it's just an easy way to teach them how to flip their hips in the right direction, okay, which I'll get into here in a second. So what we're going to do here, this is a drill that we do to kind of help us get our hips loosened up and make sure we're flipping our hips and being better athletes. So they'll start in a good athletic position. They're going to take 2 slides and then they're going to flip their hips here, okay? 2 slides, head stays back. 2 slides, head stays back. Flip the hips, throw the elbow, really aggressively flip the hips. We're looking for an aggressive hip turn here. Slide, turn, last exercise. Really flip your hips. Hand down, set, go. 2 slides and a flip, aggressive, flip, flip, flip. Good. Slide, turn. Last exercise. Now moving to the left. Slide, turn. Moving to the left. Sit. Go! Good job. Good. Okay, that is our jumbo movement dynamic warm-up. There's a lot of words there, really because there's a lot of different variations and a lot of different exercises. Not to get too in-depth, but as you can see, we change up our tempos from slow to fast, fast to slow. We work a lot of different movements, forward and backwards, right to left. We also work change of directions where we flip our hips left to right. Okay, we really isolate in on the hamstrings. That's a very critical muscle group that we want to isolate on and get warmed up properly before we do our workouts, sprint workouts, or even before games. Okay, so there are a lot of exercises. One of the reasons why we want to do this video is there's a lot of athletes that have never done some of these exercises, so we want to kind of give them a visual aid so that they can go ahead and get started on this. All these exercises are going to be taught when I start seeing our athletes in July, hopefully in July, and I'll be able to critique, teach a little bit better, maybe have more one-on-one instruction with those athletes to be able to fix things up. But really what we want you to do is kind of have the athlete start familiarizing themselves with these movements, okay? And it's not going to be perfect, and that's okay. You may have to change the distance that you go or the reps. If you notice, some of the exercises we did reps. Some of the exercises we did on distance, okay? So if it's going to be challenging, okay, for a lot of you, just shorten the reps or shorten the distance, okay? The biggest thing is making sure that you kind of start familiarizing yourself with these exercises, and that way when we start in July, you're ready to go, okay? We can start going into more advanced training, really is what it's about, because this is just a dynamic warm-up. This is something we do every single day to make sure our athletes are warmed up properly. What we typically do from this point is we get warmed up properly, which this workout can take anywhere from 20 to 30 minute warm-up, okay, and then we'll go into a 30 to 40 minute speed and agility workout. And that might be linear sprints or change of direction. And in some cases, our athletes will go from this 20 to 25 minute warm-up straight into competition. Okay, so we need athletes to start familiarizing themselves with the exercises. That way we hit the ground running in July, and we're right into going into other things to develop better athletes. Don't wear out your brakes. Are we?